I'm taking a break from my usual self-indulgent bullshit to do more self-indulgent bullshit. Today I am starting off my new series called No NPC Too Small, where I pick a game that I like and I highlight all of my favorite NPCs, particularly the ones with very small roles that for some reason I am just fixated on. And what better way to start than to begin with Fallout New Vegas, which is one of my top favorite games and definitely the best written game in the Fallout series. This game is old, the graphics aren't good. I'm sorry, it's not one of the highlights of this game. So tell me why I have such a crush on Sunny Smiles. She doesn't look good. No one looks good in this game, but for some reason I'm just like infatuated with this woman. Is it because she has a really adorable name? Is it because she teaches you how to shoot? Is it because she has a fucking dog as a companion? I don't know, but for some reason, Sunny Smiles, I have a crush on her. Snuffles. Yes, I am going with non-human NPCs too. Who came up with this? Snuffles is just a mole rat that is friendly. That's their whole deal. And they make little snuffling noises, and it's really cute. But it's such a good idea, and I love it. I love Snuffles. Thank you. Hannigan. Unfortunately, if you want to meet Hannigan, you have to betray all of Good Springs, and that's not exactly my favorite decision to make in the game, but it was worth doing once to meet this character. I love it because he definitely doesn't fit in with the rest of the Powder Gangers. I like that he's a doctor. I like that ironically he is ex-NCR. And I love him. Rhonda and Tabitha. Mostly Tabitha, because that's who you really interact with. Yes, she's a baddie. Yes, she will kill you. And definitely has tried to. But to be fair, Rhonda was like all busted up and she wasn't alive anymore. So like that's like 100% of her impulse control. She can't help it. She's raging because her girlfriend got smashed up. I mean, can you blame her? And then as soon as you fix Rhonda, Tabitha's like, she's good. She's good. She doesn't care about, killing people anymore. And I think that's great. I think that's beautiful. Gloria Von Graff. Just another baddie. She scares the crap out of me. I absolutely love the side quest with her, but I don't love having to kill Cass, but also the ending of that quest when she tricks the Legion into coming to the warehouse to buy weapons for them, and it's actually a setup with the NCR to attack them was just so fucking insane, and I love that Gloria really doesn't take sides, and she's a total baddie. I love her. Julie Farkas. Design alone makes me love this character because she is like a doctor and she has a fucking mohawk. That is so fucking cool. That's literally all I need to know about her character, actually. That's all I got. And she's obviously a lesbian too. Old Ben. He fucks. That's it. That's all I gotta say about him. This man fucks and he's good at it too. Fantastic. This is like the dead opposite of Old Ben is Fantastic. Fantastic is the himbo minus the respect women juice, and he's not a hunk either. But he is dumb. He is absolute bimbo. But that makes him fun. I mean, the low intelligence option where you're just like, yeah, this is my job now. And he's like, oh, fuck, you got my job now? It's so good. So funny. I love it. Oliver Swanick. I like to joke and say that all of the voice acting budget went into voice acting this character. His enthusiasm is over the top. It was so jarring the first time I played the game and he runs up to you and does his whole spiel about winning the lottery. But the best part about him is that he then turns around and he runs off into the desert and immediately gets killed by a red scorpion. So I guess you can only cheat death for so long, Oliver. Chris Haverson. Chris would call you a slur. That's just the way he is. He's the type of guy who has like 100% Caucasian, but yet like identifies as black, but like at least he would like be involved in activism, so it's not great, but I think Jason Bright was right to just like take advantage of that shit. And I didn't put Jason Bright on my list, but he actually should be on the list, so I'm gonna put him next. Jason Bright also fucks. Beautiful man. I love him. keep doing your thing, you funky little space ghoul. Old Lady Gibson. This woman is living the post-apocalyptic dream. She just lives in the junkyard. She has a bunch of dogs. She probably fucked a lot in her time. I love her. She's fantastic. I love her. Red Lucy. Mark me down for scared and horny. Eddie. Okay, Eddie is a companion, so maybe he's not exactly an obscure NPC, but he's like absolutely my favorite companion to travel with. And what's not to like about him? He's this tiny robot. He plays a fun little song when you're in danger. He is adorable and I love him. And dialogue in the game doesn't get any better than reading sneakily beeps. That is so cute. Victor. Probably another one that is not exactly a minor character because he plays a big role in the beginning of the game, but I gotta say, like, this guy's got swag. I play a pretty strict lesbian route, but when he flirts with you, I'm like, oh, Victor. Yeah, like, I don't know. He's just fun. Every single member of the King's Gang, particularly the one that runs up to you in Freeside to give you a fun little treat if you have a very good reputation with the King's Gang. On occasion, this character will get killed by a thug, and I get really upset every time. I miss him, I love him, and I get upset every single time. Jack and Diane. I think they're brother and sister, but actually I don't remember because I haven't played this game in a while. I think they're brother and sister, but I think they're fun characters. They just hang out in their funky little camper in Red Rock Canyon, and they get high. You know, post-apoc people make do. Two bears high-fiving. There's nothing about this character. That's their whole thing is just their name, two bears high-fiving. And that's beautiful, you know? Sometimes an NPC doesn't have to be anything more than a really dope name. Randall Clark. Randall Clark is like the main reason why I think Honest Hearts is a good DLC. This guy got me in tears over his beautiful story of like being super depressed, but like he still doesn't die, and yet he makes such a positive impact on everyone else in Zion Canyon. After the bombs fell, and I was really moved by it. It's not even like a main storyline of the DLC, but like it definitely made it worth it in my opinion. And to finish it up, the Courier's Brain. I don't know what else needs to be said. You can flirt with Courier's Brain, which is technically your brain. And that's the end of me rambling on about my favorite characters. Be sure to comment below with some of your favorite NPCs, particularly the really obscure ones. And until next time, thanks for watching.